Welcome back, my students, to a brand new episode of Comic Class. In today's episode, guys, we're going over a power scale of the Anti-Monitor from the Crisis on Infinite Earths, a story arc slash storyline. And yeah, so we're not going to be talking about the Anti-Monitor's feats throughout all his different appearances in DC Comics, but rather just looking over what he could do in the Crisis on Infinite Earth storyline that he originally debuted in. And yeah, just with the storyline alone, we have a lot to go over. And as always, we're going to be looking over his strength, his speed, his tech, and his durability, and seeing where he reigns on the power scale. And yeah, if you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe for more power scale slash versus videos. But without further ado, let's jump right into today's power scale. And yeah, let's go. So this power scale is going to be pretty interesting because we're going to be doing his speed and his strength in a pretty similar fashion. The anti-monitor's speed, he doesn't really have any speed feats in the original Crisis on Infinite Earths storyline. Rather, we'll have to scale him using scaling to kind of like figure out where his speed would lie in the DC universe. But first thing, let's talk about his strength. Now, he was able to fight against his other hat, being the Monitor, for about 1 millennium, which is like, I believe it's like a million years or something like that, or 1,000 years. And yeah, they basically fought in combat straight for that many years. So his strength is on a whole other level, basically being able to fight a complete equal to himself. And he himself being probably multiversal means that he can fight a multiversal being pretty much for 1,000 years slash a million years, it seems. Whichever one it is, I forget what a millennium is supposed to be. When it comes to strength, the Anti-Monitor was also able to fight against Superman, and it stated in the narration that he was hit so hard that his screams could be heard all throughout the planetoid that they were on, basically, and that he had never really screamed like this from any other fight that he had had previous to this one. So the Anti-Monitor is so strong that he made Superman basically scream out in pain, to where Supergirl heard it and had to go rush before the Anti-Monitor could basically try to kill him. And the way that the Anti-Monitor was able to fight against this version of Superman, which I believe is the second version of Superman, not the Golden Age version, but still very strong, shows how strong he is and that he's pretty much on the top of the verse when it comes to this part of DC's continuity. We also see that the Anti-Monitor was able to defeat and kill most of the Guardians of the Universe, which are the Guardians or the leaders of the Green Lantern Corps, which by themselves are very strong and fast as well. He was also able to fight multiple versions of Superman. He was able to fight the Golden Age plus the second Superman. I don't know what it would be called. It's not post crisis yet, but the second Superman, basically, that comes after Golden Age, they're able to fight the Anti-Monitor, and the Anti-Monitor basically absorbs all the energy that his universe provides and basically hits him with pretty much like a universal blast of energy. So right off the bat, the Anti-Monitor from an attack potency, I guess you'd say, is AP, is that he could reach levels of universal in just attack potency by itself, which is ridiculous. And yeah, and like I said, when it comes to scaling his speed, he doesn't really have any speed feats, but he was able to fight against almost every member of the Justice League slash person that could fight against him in the DC universe. So it's pretty safe to say that he scales and speeds to the highest of what DC is able to offer. So yeah, that's pretty much multiple times faster than light. If we're being serious on trying to scale his speed based on the people that he was fighting against. And yeah, that has to do with his strength and speed. So let's move into the next topic, which is going to be his tech. The Anti-Monitor basically is a person that usually uses like energy beams, and these energy beams were able to kill Supergirl, who is very durable, similar to Superman. He was also able to use a type of spirit bomb type technique, despite this coming out before Dragon Ball Z. Um, the Dragon Ball series, it's very similar to Spirit Bomb that Goku uses in that the Anti-Monitor basically absorbs the energy from nearby planets. He says that he's absorbing the energy of 1 million worlds, I believe. And he's basically killing all life on these planets by just absorbing their energy. It's pretty, like, awesome. and it's an amazing feat for the character. So he basically is able to absorb 1 million worlds of energy while he's in his antimatter universe. I believe that he is required to be in the antimatter universe to use this feat, but it could be used probably somewhere else. But I'm not sure, so I'm not going to say that it's a thing you should always do. But as long as he's in the antimatter universe, 100% he can absorb the energy from this universe and kill basically all life on it that's inside his universe. Now we get to see that the anti-monitor was able to breach the wall of creation. This feat is said to be on a whole other level in that he was about to restart the entire multiverse, if I'm correct, with this feat. If he would have gotten even a little closer to breaching it, going past it, or something like that. And the anti-monitor basically tries to use the energy from Earth's heroes, the Earths from the different multiverses, and using their energy to basically reshape and make the antimatter universe the only universe, if I'm correct. And basically, he's using their power to basically try to change the course of history, as he states. And it's pretty cool because he says that he's going to destroy the positive matter multiverse for now and forever, and that his hand will be the one that shall make the antimatter universe supreme, basically the only universe that matters. So yeah, again, a multiversal feat by using the energies of the heroes that were, here. And the heroes aren't like in the thousands, you know what I mean? This isn't the same as what he did with his antimatter universe by absorbing like 1 million worlds. This is just getting the base people that came to fight against him, taking not even all their energy, just some of it, and was able to basically threaten the entire positive matter multiverse. He's also able to shift the entire Earth that's in the positive matter universe into the antimatter universe as well. So he has the power to, I guess, move things out of its own dimension and basically bring a universe or a world or whatever he wants to basically come to his antimatter universe and bring it into his universe, which is an amazing feat and puts him on a level to where I guess he can breach dimensions in a way, or at least breach universes, open portals to bring these universes to each other side, or maybe he can only bring the positive matter stuff to the antimatter stuff, which would make sense because he's made out of antimatter, if I'm correct, or he lets it out. And one thing we do need to mention is that with his tech, it was mentioned by Pariah, and I believe Antimatter confirmed it as well, that when he was released by Pariah, just the energy of him being released, of that antimatter energy being released, destroyed Pariah's universe. So it's very easy, like I said, to scale the antimatter in strength or power, whatever you want to say, or hats, to a multiversal level. Just saying that, just him being there was destroying a Pariah's universe. But yeah, so that's all we have to say about his tech in this storyline. Finally, going to the final theme, which is going to be his durability, the final topic being durability. The first thing we need to take account in is that the Antimatter has two armors that he uses. The first armor did get destroyed when Supergirl got enraged because the Antimatter almost killed Superman, her cousin, and she was able to break and breach his armor, basically. And eventually, he got into his second armor, and the second armor was able to take attacks from every hero that came to fight against him on, I believe it was called Planet, like, Quart or Quad. And yeah, so durability-wise, it's ridiculous what he can take. I believe that the female Dr. Light is what they call her, I believe. She absorbs an energy from a nearby star. I'm not sure if it was a neutron star or just a regular star. And she absorbed all the energy from that and focused it onto the Anti-Monitor. This did put some damage on him, and it seems to, knock him out for a bit. But this wasn't enough to basically take him down. And when he got back up, he basically absorbed energy from nearby shadow demons or something that he used, basically, to, I think they're called the antimatter demons. And he basically says that he's indestructible now, and he uses this energy that he got from them to basically time displace I think it was pre-Crisis Wonder Woman, or it's the one. It's Golden Age Wonder Woman, I believe, is the one that got time displaced. We and after that we get to see that Superman is basically throwing giant planetoids like meteors and just giant rock, like meteor-like objects into the anti-monitor, basically trying to take him out. And it's said by Darkseid that this battle is unlike anything he's seen before. That you're just seeing something on a different level. It just shows the level that they're trying to use in order to defeat the Antimatter once and for all. And it's an amazing scene. And eventually, the Antimatter just like he won't go down, and he basically tries to kill Superman. Eventually, Superman defeats him to the point where he throws him into the sun, and he comes out as a fireball, still claiming he's going to kill Superman, that he's not going to die until he takes Superman with him, and, that he dies with him, basically. And this is where Golden Age Superman basically punches the fireball anti-monitor, basically destroying him and sending the remains of him into the sun, which kind of explodes in impact, it seems, or has a chain reaction, and it explodes to the sun. And they basically wait for the race to basically take him out. Now you can argue that this doesn't make sense because there's no way that Golden Age Superman is sun level. But it is shown on panel that it almost looks like the antimatter rays that were destroying universes or multiverses, or multiple universes is a better way to say it, seems to be combined with the sun's rays. So, the explosion and the radius. And it's stated that it's going to go on for millions of miles or a million miles or something like that. And they basically stand there just about to let them basically take them. And like I said, it's probably more implied that it's the antimatter rays that are going to kill Superman, Superboy, and Alexander Luthor. And we know, for those that read the story, that Alexander Luthor actually has like a pocket dimension. Him, Superboy, and Golden Age Superman basically go in there to live in paradise with Lois Lane, the Golden Age Superman's Lois Lane, and that will lead us to the events of Infinite Crisis 20 something years later, or something like that. And yeah, so the Anti-Monitor is very durable. It took him becoming a living fireball, as Golden Age Superman says. He says that he's a fireball, a living, killing fireball, and that nothing more he wants than to just see him destroyed. And when he said, "I have had enough," and destroyed the Anti-Monitor, sending the debris, basically the aftermath of his body, into the sun, and that exploding, being finally the end of the Antimatter, it shows that you really have to go all out to defeat someone like this. And it just showed the determination of the Antimatter and the power that he had, that he was able to endure and have such durability against the entire DC multiverse in a way. Even though it wasn't all the heroes, all at once. All the heroes that were there in this final battle came from different Earths that was comprised of the multiverse. The previous multiverse that doesn't exist anymore. For those that don't know, this story was made to stop the multiverse and make it just one single continuity, to make it more simple for fans to read that were coming into comics, like new fans to read. And yeah, and that's pretty much it for the Anti-Monitor's durability. His durability is probably his most impressive thing, because it really took everything from everyone to basically put him down. And yeah, so that was the Anti-Monitor from Crisis on Infinite Earths. We went over his strength, we scaled his speed to the people that he was fighting, so he doesn't really have any speed feats by what I read. Maybe I missed something, but I couldn't find any speed feats when I read through this story. We went over his tech, and we went over his durability. Overall, if I had to give a rating to the Anti-Monitor where I think he scales, I do say that he is a multiversal threat. The fact that he might not be able to destroy a multiverse in one hit, but the fact that he was literally destroying universes in hours, I believe it was like hours time, is ridiculous, considering how big the universe is in DC Comics. It's like in the trillions or something. So that's a ridiculous amount of speed that his power goes out to. And yeah, so definitely Anti-Monitor from a power standpoint is definitely multiversal. From a durability standpoint, being that he's fighting Golden Age Superman and tons of other Golden Age people, if I'm correct, who were by themselves ridiculous, plus all the newer heroes, and new versions of the characters that were, younger versions slash new versions of the characters fighting against him at the same time. Definitely is multiversal in durability, and his tech, as we went over, should be multiversal as well. The iffy thing is his speed, but scaling him to the characters he was fighting against, you would just use them as a base and say that he's literally on the top of the tier list, considering that everyone had to tag team him in order to have a chance against him, with the exception of maybe Supergirl, being that she did some damage on his first armored body, and Golden Age Sherman, of course, being the face of DC Comics at the time, and definitely was the one that had to be the one to put the Anti-Monitor down. But it was a team effort at the very end. On the grand scheme of things, it was a team effort to put this guy down and put this villain down for good. But that's going to be all, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Tune in next week as we're going to be going over Infinity Gauntlet Thanos and doing his power scale. I wanted to make some videos about George Perez, considering the news that we got about him. So the next power scale video, I do want to go over Infinity Gauntlet Thanos. Because George Perez gave us two of the most iconic event stories of all time, being Infinity Gauntlet and Crisis on Infinite Earths, and to celebrate, his legacy, I thought that I would power scale these two characters and just, show my respect for his work, because I believe he is, if not the best comics artist of all time. And it's just, he made some really good stories, and I really enjoyed both of them a lot. And I really think that as characters, the Anti-Monitor and Infinity Gauntlet Thanos are very cool, and they seem to have a lot going for them in power scaling, and it would just be really cool to make a very single story-based power scale, because you don't really see that on YouTube. Usually see people put tons of their feeds for different storylines, but I wanted to do something different, just focus on these two main storylines for these two amazing characters that George Perez basically helped bring to life. And yeah, but that's gonna be all, guys. Until next video, be sure to check out my power scale playlist. It'll be at the end card, as well as my Naruto versus Comets playlist as well. The Narutoverse versus Comets, that's an amazing series that has dropped on the channel. And also, if you're into comic books, check out my reviews of trade paperback / volumes of different comic book runs. Right now we're covering the IDW TMNT series, and that's been going pretty good. It's had a lot of good reception, positive reception. So if you haven't checked out that series, I recommend you check out my videos on that as I go through the entire run. We're having a lot of fun with the Turtle fans with that, as well as my original Mirage Turtle review playlist as well. Also have a full video with the full story as well. But if you're here only for power scaling and versus battles, that's completely okay too. Subscribe, so we are going to be doing at least one of them. We're going to try a week. So yeah, be sure to subscribe for weekly power scale / versus battle videos. It'll be like one after the other. Maybe sometimes we'll drop two per week, but we'll see. Also, guys, before you go, I do want to mention that you can leave a comment down below for what Naruto character you want to see in a versus battle. As I will need some ideas to put which Naruto characters against which comic characters. I already have the next few videos planned out, but if you have a character you want to see go up against somebody, be sure to comment down below and I'll see if I can get around to it. Like I said, I have the next few videos versus planned out, but I am always open to suggestions for what y'all guys will want to see regarding the Narutoverse versus comic book characters, because that's a series I really do want to pop on the channel, and I do put a lot of work into getting that series going. So I do recommend you comment down below, let me know which Naruto character you want to see go up in this versus battle series. But that's gonna be all, guys. Until next video, God bless you. Until next lesson, keep on reading those comments.